Go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up. Then that be poking out them jeans. Up and sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. It's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up. Trying to put the face to the name. Pull up.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GOW Wednesday Night Block Party, baby. We here shooting the shit on everything AEW and pro wrestling. With that being said, I am the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco. Bro, what's good?
Man, what's good on this Wednesday night block party, man? We got that. It was Suzuki going up against the one and all, the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, aka Edge. And right now, man, they going blow for blow with them elbows. Man, them forearm shots. I mean, everywhere it go, they connected. But hey, I like the way the match is starting off right. You know, we ain't about to play around. We about to go ahead and knuckle up.
No, look, Edge, aka Adam Copeland, he a crazy son of a bitch. Minoru Suzuki, he's a crazy son of a bitch. We two crazy sons of bitches. It's just a crazy son of a bitch fest right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, it's Wednesday, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. But bro, so far, man, while we got this going on, what did you think of AEW tonight? You know, tonight, Wednesday night block party, all the news in WWE, a whole bunch of shit going on. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, well, in the world of wrestling, man, it's out of 5 right now, but tonight, AEW Dynamite, what's going on right now in the show? I gotta give it a 2. I give it a 2.8. It's been a fairly good show. I'm leaning more towards a 3. I like the stuff with Samoa Joe. I like the stuff with Hangman and Adam Page and Penta. It started off slow, but it picked up later on. We got to hear from our boy Swerve Strickland. We got to see Swerve Strickland and Jeff Hardy. We got to see Trent Baretta kind of hang in there against Wardlow. It wasn't a bad night. Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo, man. Hey, man, Tony Storm once again she just figured out a way to just make me love her even more. It's been a pretty decent night. Nothing compared to what was last week, but last week was last week. This is a whole new week. We know TK is he's brewing something. So TK's brewing something special. He ain't got a review until March 3rd. So he's got about 6 weeks to put some TV and put some things together. So we're gonna see what it do. But for right now, man, I'm at a 2.8, man. Right now, this main event ain't too bad. Suzuki and Copeland right now. Damn. Just went through the barricade, but they really trying to beat the holy hell out of each other, and they both old as shit.
Well, and that's the thing. I believe when I fact check me if I'm wrong, internet, but I believe earlier when I saw it, they say, man, the combined age in this match between the two is 102 years old. So that is one old ass match.
I'm like 99, 100, some shit. Like, man, Edge is in his late 40s, and Suzuki's got to be in his 60s. So it's like 50, 60. So it's like, shit, yeah, they got to be over 100 years together.
And the crazy part, man, I seen people online bitching about, Edge, Adam Copeland, whatever, and AEW and how they feel like he's a bust. Here is the thing, and I must get this off my chest. Shut the fuck up. He never said he was going to AEW to become a world champion. He never went there to say he wants to be the top of the company. He has said since day one, he wants to finish out his career with his best friend. Now, in order for him to do that, they got to get to the other part of their story. But in the meantime, in between time, he's also said the biggest drawing factor was that there was people in AEW he's never shared the ring with. He wants to share the ring with a Swerve Strickland, a Darby Allin. He wants to have those dream matches. He's yeah, exactly. He's won every title there is to have in professional wrestling that he's wanted. At this point, the man just wants to wrestle and have fun. That's it. It might not be your cup of tea. That is fine. Tony Khan is letting this man come in, finish his career on his terms, wrestle who, when, and where he wants to, and and he's enjoying it. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, people are bitching and complaining. They was mad when WWE wasn't using him how they thought he should have been used as much. Now you see this man on TV every single week, but because he's wrestling Minoru Suzuki and he's not fighting MJF or nobody for a title, y'all want to try to shit on it. I'm like, bruh, he ain't flopped. It's just he doing what he want to do. He done already told y'all what it was. Like, this man had already said, bro, I'm here to have fun. I don't care about nothing. I just want to have fun.
It's the same reason why Bryan Danielson is there.
Yeah.
Enjoying the man enjoys what he does. Edge enjoys what he's doing, and he wants to be able to do it and go out on his own terms, because of the injuries and stuff that he's already gone through. But again, what's wrong with wanting to go up against people that you haven't fought before? What's wrong with going up against people that the company that you work for, and because the way things kind of just were, you almost wouldn't face all those people. And a lot of those people, even if they did come to your company, was the match really worth it? Was it the match? Was it the way that you thought it would be, or was it the way that someone else thought it was? So it really the match that you really wanted it to be. So I understand the want for change now, but at the same time, hey, AEW just allows you to have a matchup with somebody, man, that people, the real wrestling fans, want to see you have, because they know who this one person is who's been doing this thing on this side, and they know who this other person is that's been doing this thing on the other side. And when you have the opportunity to put those people in a match, it's like, and you can see it, it's like, well, shit, okay, let's go. Let me see it. I want to see it. It's like, I want to see this. So yeah, if Triple H and them can figure out how to work a relationship with all the wrestling companies, and everybody can come together and kumbaya and work together and put one super show together for everybody yearly, annually, hey man, that'd be great for the business. Because everybody can eat. Everybody can eat. And and why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, I'm enjoying the best years of wrestling for the last few years. I think overall, just because of the quantity of wrestling that's going on, I haven't enjoyed wrestling this much since the Attitude Era. Love the Ruthless Aggression era, but Attitude Era was just the Attitude Era. It was what it was. But yeah, if I had to rate my eras, I would have to go Attitude Era now, then Ruthless Aggression, and then the golden years of Hogan and them.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree 100%. And the thing is with you, like you say, that we hold the Attitude Era specifically in such a high regard because of just that's probably when wrestling was the coolest. I would say now wrestling is the most popular, but I would say back then wrestling was the coolest. And I make the distinction because right now wrestling is
Monday Night War. And that Monday Night War made it everything.
Yeah, and the reason I say it's more popular, not necessarily the coolest, but more popular, is because now, one, you got more people in the world. Two, you have way more ways to consume wrestling. Like, wrestling isn't just WWE. Wrestling isn't just WCW. You got people that have watched New Japan, Ring of Honor, Stardom, Shimmer, all this, and not give a damn about a WWE or AEW. So,
but the problem with that is while all of them were doing what they were doing, the internet world hadn't become what it is now. So WWE had the business on lock, because they were the only one that you can see damn near on 2 or 3 TV networks. So it's like you weren't seeing TNA and all these other like that because they didn't have TV networks and deals done. So you didn't see them, and the internet wasn't the internet like it is now. So you couldn't just type the stuff up and just see it. So yeah, that's why for me, when you say all that, it's spot on the money, because people pretend as if which it has been for the last almost 20 years, it's just been WWE or nothing else.
Yeah.
So anything else just seems like it's just a ripoff. It's just copying. But it's like, no, for us, that's why we do the show. It's like, nah, man, that's not what this is. It's like there's a reason why we mention these other things, because they were doing the things that WWE wasn't doing. So then once WWE started doing them, then it became bigger. Then it became better. But at the same time, you got to pay the respects to those that came before it. Vince didn't create all these damn wrestling characters. A lot of these people came from other places, and they became bigger there. No doubt, they became bigger there. No doubt about it. Unless you were at the height of the WCW era, as Adam Copeland just picked up the victory. But I totally agree with you, especially when you're having that conversation. You got to kind of remember that, man. A lot of people are really hooked on just the last 20 years of WWE just being the superior, regardless if we like what we saw. And we know we didn't like what we saw. Hell, we went years without watching Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. And two, speaking of, talking about, for the last 20 years, well, moving forward, wrestling. Now, we know what, before we even get to wrestling, just sports in general, right? The way we consume sports has changed. I mean, you've seen it this year, and we kind of seen it a little bit last year with Amazon Prime and, these peacocks getting certain NFL games that you couldn't get on regular TV. Certain NBA games now are becoming, accessible only on certain streaming platforms, depending on what day or event it is. And WWE is going the same way. We tested the waters with the WWE Network some 12 years ago, I believe, at this point. And now you got WWE signing this big deal with a streaming service such as Netflix, right? Which is really going to change the way you view wrestling, because now on cable TV, for better and worse, because on cable TV, guess what? Bully Ray said something earlier, and I didn't really think about that. If you're watching Raw on Netflix, you're stuck to watching Raw on Netflix. It's not like we're on cable television. Okay, it's a match you don't really care about. You can flip the channel back and forth between Monday Night Football and kind of watch in and out. It's kind of like with Netflix, it's kind of like, unless you're just going to keep getting on and off the app and going back from Netflix to cable television, it's kind of like, you're pretty much stuck watching it. But then again, with the different tiers on Netflix, they were saying that if you pay the higher tier, Raw is basically commercial free. So there will be no commercials like on traditional cable television.
It'll just be like watching the shit like pay-per-views on Peacock. It's just gonna be WWE commercials.
Which is why I want to ask you this, because since WWE, since they're not going to have a lead-in show for Monday Night Raw, it's not like, they're going to have to wait for Law and Order to go off. They're not going to have to go off early for another show to come on after it. I feel like, in a way, this could be a very good time for them to experiment with going back to either 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or an earlier time slot maybe. Or if we do go to 2 hours, like we say, what did we say? That 9 to 11, that kind of like Raw is War kind of feel to it. And they won't have the constraints of being on network television. Now, do I think they're just going to go straight out AEW or ECW? No. But I feel like they'll be able to try a little more risque and a little more adult-oriented themes and language and storyline without the necessary repercussions of a major network like a USA trying to hold up that family-friendly image.
And will it be live? That's my thing. Are you going to tape episodes, or are you going to be live, or like how is that working out? Because you're
I think you have to have it live, because and I'm not to cut you off, but you brought up a good point. Somebody else said something like this. They were like, with WWE being guaranteed to at least have their flag. Think about it. Monday Night Raw is USA's #1 show. Think about that. This is your #1 show, and it's leaving. Your #1 show, which happens to be a wrestling show, even going up against the NHL playoffs, even going up against the NBA finals. Yeah, even going up against, baseball, that's still your #1 show. You take that off the network, people were saying, seeing how good wrestling does on USA, would it be a smart move for a company like an Impact or AEW to try to negotiate with USA and try to get that Monday time slot? Because they were like this.
No.
WWE's going to be live on Netflix, but does this give somebody the opportunity to grow a pair of balls, go up against Raw on Mondays, because more people people are so used to watching Monday Night Raw on Mondays. And like, not everybody's going to be willing to get Netflix. You got to think about that. Not everybody's going to be willing to pay that, especially the older generation.
No. You still got to remember one thing, man. It's still the kid. It's still the PG era. The kids still run shit. Everybody's got Netflix. Everybody's got Netflix.
Mhm.
Out of let's say Netflix got 32 million subscribers. Just throwing that number out there. Not even saying that's the real number. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably about 12 to 15 million of them are wrestling fans that have Netflix, so they're gonna watch it. It's like it's gonna do nice numbers. It's gonna do better numbers on Netflix than it does on TV because you gonna tune into it to see if it's different. You gonna tune into it to see if they, if they're gonna push the envelope a little bit more. You're gonna look to see, is there a different feel or vibe to it? Like you're gonna tune into it. But just because now, like you say, you gotta go to Netflix to watch it, it's like, well, you gotta go to Netflix and watch it. But
and here's my thing too, like what happens when you have that Monday Night Football game on that you really, really want to watch, or that playoff game that you really, really want to watch. Now, instead of being able to kind of, surf back and forth, you're gonna, unless you're gonna have it up on multiple screens, you really gonna have to choose. Am I watching Raw today, or am I just gonna catch that shit when I catch it?
Well, for right now, it's not gonna be a problem because football season is over. As far as games coming on Monday, that's over. That's done with. All the games are coming on Sunday from now on. Because you got the championship, the conference championship this weekend, and then you got the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. So, yeah, no, that could work out for them. But again, is it live? Is it already taped? And they just
The shit I thought was funny when I sent you that thing earlier about Triple A saying they're going to go to a more sports based presentation. I'm like, goddamn, I wonder where they got that shit from.
People say it's shitty.
I like, this sounds familiar,
familiar. But of course, people will claim that, oh my God, WWE, they're doing it right. And it's like, come on, man, really?
I was about to say, man, hey, they gonna NFL XFL this thing. He gonna take
Man,
all the shit AEW doing
real quick.
Because remember, I don't ever remember. I could be wrong. I don't recall before Cody getting there. Again, I could be wrong. Please, somebody fact check me. I don't recall WWE doing media scrums after pay-per-views.
Oh no, well, I won't say that was necessarily Cody. That could have just been them seeing how AEW was having those and how that made it feel more like a sports. Like that's the reason, that's what they're going for. That's the reason why they did it. That's the reason why they're saying, oh, this is what we're going for, because they're seeing the effect of it. Like they saw the effect of it that it did for AEW, regardless of who was doing the scrum. The people that were coming on and what they were saying, MJF and all of them, like come on, man, that's the stuff you want. You kind of want your wrestlers to say. That's the kind of thing you should have been doing. Like we should have been getting these post-game interviews from wrestlers after their big matches like this. So yes, they did it, and now WWE's doing it, and now now everybody's like, oh, they shitting on AEW. But again, it's like, man, look, give them their flowers. Give them their flowers for their wins, man. You gotta give them they can have their wins when they win. We know the big company's gonna stay winning. Like WWE's gonna stay winning. We know that. Yeah. We're not arguing that. We're just saying, hey, man, stop pretending like you don't see the little things this other company over here doing, because it's working.
Hey, and look, dude, I got nothing but love for AEW because of what AEW's done and their success in such a short amount of time. Bro, look at these premium live events we get. Triple H sending them shits overseas because he see what these crowds doing, and these crowds are eating this shit up. Dude, like
they go to these live events. It's genius. Going overseas is genius because you don't go there often. So it's like, damn, they're coming here. Oh shit, I gotta go because when are they gonna come back? I gotta go. When are they gonna come back? So it's smart.
And you know what else is smart? Especially with Nick Khan, bro. Like, okay, WWE has always announced their shit ahead of time as far as pay-per-views, but usually it's like the WrestleManias, the Survivor Series, like the really, really big ones. They doing the intermediate pay-per-views like, bro, we knew about Bash in Berlin and Elimination Chamber months ago. So now you smart because like you say, You hitting the US market, you getting all the money here. And then it's like, okay, 6, 7, 8 months ahead of time before you go for fucking random ass elimination chamber in France or whatever. Now it's like, oh shit, like you say, them over there, they don't get WWE like we do. If they do, they get like a live event. But now you're giving me enough time and awareness to save up my money because it's gonna be expensive. But bro, they gonna put on a fucking spectacle over there. I will say this. I didn't initially like Nick Khan based off reputation when he first came in under Vince. Just because it's
based off Vince.
Off of Vince, yeah. But seeing how he's operating under the Triple H era, dude, he might be the best goddamn thing that happened to WWE. And you know what's funny? Do you remember how just a few years ago when the rumblings and the bumblings started to come about, like, oh, Vince is looking to sell it. We thought, shit, we might get Disney Channel ass shit. And Vince is up here lying like a motherfucker. No, we're not trying to sell. Let me ask you this. We already got the sale. Do you think had it not been for the allegations, do you think the sale would have happened already? Or do you think the allegations just pretty much sped up the process? But he was already in the market to sell anyway.
It's just sped up the process. I think that's all it was, because obviously the deal was going to be the deal. But it did hurt the company though, because stock wise, because of the allegations and stuff that we got in trouble for. So I won't say it helped them, but it damn sure didn't. It damn sure had an effect against them. But I think the company that bought it out was going to be the company in the running for it anyway. So it was going to go the way it was going to go. Von Treese, my boy, what's up with you, man? He says, when do the Netflix start? January 2025. Those means WWE is not going to be on Fox or USA now. That is correct, sir. The Fox deal ends. I thought the Fox deal ends this year.
The Fox deal ends this year in October.
Okay, so it's October this year for Fox. USA, I believe, ends around November or December. So that'll end, and then I'm pretty sure they'll have something in place where they'll still do the shows until they're ready to switch over, or the other company or Netflix may pick it up. Now, as far as SmackDown, I believe, if I remember this correctly, NXT is going to the CW. SmackDown is moving back to USA. So USA will still have wrestling. It'll have SmackDown back. And I believe you told me they'll be moving it back to Tuesdays starting in October.
Like,
all right, bet. And then Raw, we're not sure what day it's going to come on. They haven't announced that. But that's what it's looking like for right now. But most of this stuff won't take place until later this year, towards the end of this year, starting at the beginning of next year. Karen says AEW, let's go for show. AEW should be on Max or TBS. Well, AEW is on TBS. That's actually what the show came on tonight was on. But I believe they are working with the Warner Discovery, working with a Max deal to stream their pay-per-views and get their library. But we got to see how that's still working out. Kimberly, what's up, Kimberly?
What's up? I would actually take not HBO on Max. I would take AEW on HBO Max if that means that we ain't got to pay $60 for these goddamn pay-per-views. I'll take that shit.
I'll take that because it's part of the package. You paying for it.
Oh, and guess what? I guess apparently with Netflix getting Raw, I guess they're going to get the premium live events too. So no more of this Peacock shit, which everybody was complaining about. One, Peacock, I understand what they try to do, but Peacock, everything about Peacock fucking sucks. The interface,
they messed up. They should have took what the network was doing and just moved it over, but they wanted to do it their way. And I'm hoping that Netflix will do it. Well, they'll do it in their way, but their way is very easy to use. So now Von Tree says they should just get all the shows on Netflix. I mean, they could have done that, but USA still want to give out some money, and you got more. You got 3 shows. You had 3 shows. I mean, let's think about it. USA for the last 20 to 30 years have had all these shows. For the last 5 years, they've had NXT. They added NXT. But for the most part, they had Raw. They had it, lost it, had it back. They had SmackDown, lost it, got it back. Like both of these shows have left the network and came back. They've had these wrestling programs for years. So yeah, they're synonymous with this channel. They're losing Raw, but they're getting back SmackDown. So they're still in a wrestling game. They're not, they're not going totally out of it. And they want to pay the money. Now the whole Peacock thing, if Netflix is gonna get the pay-per-views, now that's gonna be something. But I feel like the Peacock deal's got a couple of years on the deal still. Like I don't know. I still feel like that's still like it's still in not the end, but like maybe towards the end, like maybe a year or so. And then we'll probably see it switch over. But that's also NBC Universal. So
yeah,
they're the same people. So they may work out a new deal where they may keep the premium live events, or they just may work a deal out with Netflix and they both share it. Whatever. Either way it go, there's enough apps and streaming platforms and other things to just watch one damn company. We're gonna see how this works out, man. We gonna see.
You know WWE, man. It's all about maximizing capital. These motherfuckers got their hands in everything. I mean, shit, they got their hands in the NFL. They got their hands in college football now. Shit, they got fucking Make-A-Wish. They got every goddamn fucking sponsor you can get, bro. It's like, I will say this. If it's one thing they gonna do, they gonna brand themselves. Slim Jim, they back in the mix. Like C4, Snickers, KFC. Like, bruh. What have they not touched?
Man, bro, first and foremost, is Netflix gonna have every episode of Monday Night Raw?
Like, are you ever? Like the library?
Yes. I mean, come on.
You have to.
This is a series. This isn't a movie. This is a series. Are you going to have, and not only will you have it, but will it be unedited?
Bro, you know what? I like that. I like that.
Will we see it as it was played? Like regardless. So,
well, no, you know what?
People won't have their feelings.
But you know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. You know why? How dare you? How dare you? I've seen some of the shit they got on Netflix. Oh, that shit is hooey. Hey, they got a warning for a reason. How dare you? I'm sorry. You better not edit out Chris Benoit. I seen the shit y'all got on. I seen the movies. I seen the movies they promote.
That's a company WWE company decision.
Okay, but okay, like domination.
I'm talking about the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the black
DX and blackface.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about the Val Venus and the PP sword cutting. I'm talking about Mark Henry and Mae Young getting it on in the damn bed. Bro, I'm talking about all the crazy.
Hey, I got one for the LCJ. I got one for the LCJ.
All that.
Hey, you remember when Viscera, when he thought he was like sexual chocolate, he was dry humping his opponents in the ring?
Man, look, oh man, dude, look, there was some man.
Hey, Big Daddy beat the booty.
I want to see how well a lot of this stuff has aged over the years. Like, come on, man. Man, bruh.
Dude, give me Jerry the King Lawler's commentary, unfiltered.
Man, dude, oh my God.
I want puppies on top of puppies.
Oh my God. He gonna get so much hate mail. But seriously though, like, will they show all the episodes? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot that you got to put up there, man. We're talking what, over 30 plus 93? What is this? 2024?
Yeah.
We're talking about like 30 to 40 years of pro, and this is the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. Like, this show has been putting on a new episode consistently for every week for 52 weeks a year. Like, are you serious? Like, bro, like, you got all that? I mean, obviously WWE got all that, and they can give it to them, but Like, man,
Oh,
like how
bro.
does that work? Like, how does that work? I really, really want the details on how all of that's going to work. Is it going to be a live show? And will you have all the episodes, all the pay-per-views where they like you got to
Well,
like, oh yeah.
well, here's the thing. Here's my thing. First of all, they're paying WWE. First of all, we thought dude, we
5
thought
million.
look, we thought the Fox deal was huge. This is
It
like
was. It
no,
is.
it was. Netflix got the potential, dude. They're putting that shit to shame. And here's the thing: Netflix also has the ability to take this from a 5-year deal to a maxed out 20-year deal. Ain't nobody else doing that. For Netflix to have that much leverage in the negotiation to sit here and say, hey, look, after 5 years, if we like you, we'll keep you for another 5 off rip, and then we'll renegotiate with a possible 10 additional, or if we don't like what y'all doing, we can get rid of your ass. Bro, you goddamn right you giving me that library. Are you giving me that library? I want every goddamn match. I want Michael Cole's first match he ever announced. I want all this shit. I'm on everything. I want OVW, EC, WWW. I want all that shit.
I mean, but not just the Monday Night Raw. I mean, because I mean, we'll see. But see, that's the thing, though. Are you getting all of the WWE content, or are you just getting the Raw content? So if you're just getting the Raw content, then you're getting every Monday Night Raw. But can we get the pay-per-views to go? Well, I don't know. Like, will you get the pay-per-views too? Like, because this is WWE. If they're gonna do this, they have to get like their own selection. Like it's like it's got to be like they're like you got to click to a whole other thing to get to WWE and just get to all their stuff. If they're gonna have it like that, but if they're not gonna have it like that, do you just get every episode of Raw? Like because you is that what you're gonna do? Like how is this gonna go?
I don't see them. I don't see. Sorry, I'm trying to gather my thought. I don't see Netflix not being able to get all the access to the whole library only because of this. Peacock is a partnership deal, which means WWE just licensed out their material. So I would assume that since WWE owns the material, not Peacock, I don't see why not NXT, Netflix wouldn't be able to use the original WWE library. Now, of course, the Peacock specials and shit like that for WWE, obviously that's Peacock. But I would think the actual video library, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to use it. Because, I mean, technically, the WWE network still exists everywhere but here.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You got that one. Okay.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I know, but no, I mean but you bring up a great point, man. But like I said, I was just curious, like how is that going to really shape up? Like, are you just bringing this one show, and will you have all the previous episodes of this one show, or is you bringing that plus other stuff? Like, and will it be live? Like, we just want to know, but. Man, Von Tree says, man, hey, bro, let's talk about how far the Acclaim have come in their craft. Bang, bang, scissor gang. Hey, man, look here. This is the primary reason why I have given up on Private Party. How the hell do you come into the company before they come into the company and they're already they're 2-time tag team champions. Yep. They've won the tag team belts. They've won the trios belts, and y'all have yet to win shit. Like, how the hell they come in before y'all, after y'all, and they way higher on the food chain than y'all are? Like, it's like, bro, like I'm so disappointed. And
you know how I felt. You know how I felt. Because what did I used to call them, man?
Who? Private Party?
No, Acclaimed.
Oh, speaker over music over tone.
Yeah. And now I'm the first one to sharpen my blades and throw out a mean scissor, you know.
Man, hell yeah. I just never. It's like I wanted Private Party, but at the same time, at the time, they were kind of like a carbon copy of the Street Profits. So that was already kind of playing against them for me. For me, that was already kind of playing against them. And then just kind of seeing the way they were, and it's like, and the way they went up, like there were some moments where they were having it, like they could have had it, but It just never came through. But then the Acclaim come in. We saw them. We said what we said about them. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like you say, now we up here throwing up the deuces and out here giving out them scissors. Like it's like shit, man.
Yeah.
How did y'all miss the boat? How did y'all miss the boat? Like really, how did y'all miss the boat? But no, the Acclaim, yeah, no, they definitely up there. Kevin says off topic, but how do you feel if he does sign with WWE Okada, going to NXT before the main roster? I got to be honest. I don't want him to go. If that makes sense.
WWE.
I don't want him to go to the NXT.
Yeah, I can agree.
If you,
I think he's too big. Not to disrespect anybody in NXT, but I think he's even just his few stints in AEW and of course outside. I just think he's too big of a name to be in NXT. I think he will come in and overshadow. I think he will be the best person just by default. I don't give a damn how great of a match he will have. I just think he's just too big of a name.
It's different when you had Shinsuke because the people that you had Shinsuke going up against were people that he had previously fought before.
Yeah.
You know, in the independent scene before he signed over. So it was different for him then. Now you got too many green people. And when I mean green people, meaning you got too many new folks wrestling, and I don't think they will be able to keep up with the work rate of an Okada for him to be there long enough for it to mean something.
Yeah.
Without it being like, man, they're just wasting this dude's time. Like, just put him on the main roster already. You don't want that thought process for him going there. So that's why I'm saying if he does sign to WWE, he's main roster off rip. You're putting him up against the best of the best, and you're just gonna gut it out. Unless you Jade Cargill him and you sign him and then you have him work some private matches, work to do some training and then just show up, when you're ready. But you can't you can't have him off as long as you've had Jade. Jade's been in WWE way longer than CM Punk and all these other, and we ain't seen her yet.
But see, that's the thing with Jade though, because we knew what it was with Jade. Even in AEW, we knew Jade was put. We can admit this. I can admit this at least. Jade was pushed because of her physique and her sex appeal and what she brought. Like, bro,
in her popularity, because
in her popularity, like when you looked at Jade Cargill, she looked as every bit of a WWE superstar like that you can get out. She even had the blonde hair,
green hair, purple hair. She's been everything.
Yeah, but what did we say? Even when she was in AEW, we said, bro, she is made for WWE. She's literally a Marvel, a superhero come to life. She is Storm,
or whatever you want to say. Shit.
Yeah, but nobody's ever accused her of being a good wrestler or a great wrestler. Has she improved? Yeah. But it's like, bro, we already knew what it was. Her first match ever was in a fucking tag match with Shaq. Like this woman had no wrestling experience. She was brought into the business. So with that, I can understand, her. But like you say, with Okada, and the thing about that too is you said wasting time. I like what you said about that because when you had the Shinsuke's, that was in the era like when Triple H was in his independent bag because you had the Finn Balor's, you had the Sami Zayn's, you had the Kevin Owens. Like you already had people that was already. We could have went on the main roster then. They just had to get trained in the NXT system. Now you got a whole bunch of college athletes and just people who aren't necessarily from the wrestling world. And I don't think it'd be fair to bring him in and as a newbie in that system to learn that system and then put him with people who are, like you say, green as shit. They're not on his level. Like you might get something out of a Carmelo Hayes, maybe a Braun Breaker, maybe a Dragunov, but that's not enough for me to want to send him down to NXT.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. But bro, not a bad night of wrestling. Like I said, Heyman Page beat Penta, Wardlow beat Trent, Swerve beat Jeff Hardy. Thunder Rosa made a return to Dynamite, beat Drywall. Darby Allin and Sting challenged Big Bill and Ricky Starks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Mogul Embassy lost to the Acclaim for the 6-man trios championship. Edge beat, aka Adam Copeland beat Suzuki. I'm not, and then the Young Bucks were back to being young bitch ass EVPs. And of course, like I said, chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe done up here, Peraza, because Tony Storm is coming for you. Tony Storm is coming for you. But other than that, man, not a bad night, man. I'd have to give it about a 2.8, just on a good old home. I'll give it a 2.8. It was a solid week. Last week, I liked last week's a little better, but this was a solid show.
No, man, dude. No, I agree wholeheartedly. Again, like I said, solid show of wrestling. Nothing crazy. We got the return of the rankings, so we'll see what that means for AEW going forward. That was one of the things I actually did like before Tony Khan got rid of him.
The one thing that I did mention, I forgot to mention, when Samoa Joe had said at the commentators table, and he was like, "Man, what's wrong with that hook? Man, what's wrong with him, man? Who raised him? Who raised him?"
I died when he said that.
He's laughing on the other end. It's like I was like, "You're welcome," because whoever raised him, man, had that guy in the ring with you last week, showing you how good he was. And he was like, "You're right," and I appreciate that. It was like, I don't know, I just like that little back and forth between Joe giving jabs at Taz, like, who raised this boy to act this way? The man on the other end used to act the same goddamn way. So I liked that, man. So there was just I like champion Samoa Joe. He was like a kid in the candy store. He's like, I get to see Heyman Page get his ass whooped, man. I like Penta because Penta gonna whoop his ass. And it was just like, dude, like really, like, all right, man. I'm kind of digging it, man. But Samoa Joe, he got the voice of an angel.
I was just about to say, man, he ain't forgot them commentary chops from his time at the E.
Hell no, man. He got the voice of an angel, man. He can. Hey, Joe can commentate anytime, bro. I definitely enjoy it.
Nah, absolutely, dude. And again, he came out looking like $1 million, dappered up in his suit and everything. Samoa Joe, bro, he just come out and he just exudes champion. Like when you look at him, I'm like, bruh, you are a champion. Like, hey, MJF, I respect the reign. It was what it was, but we in the era of Joe.
Era of Joe for 2024. And that's how we kicked off
2024. I like that. Put it on the shirt.
2024 for the era of Joe. We're in the era of Joe for the 2-4. There it is.
For the 2-4. Well, bro, like you said, man, AEW was okay, but this show was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's always fun, man. The folks came out, Von Treese, Kev, Kimberly showed up, Karen showed up.
Yeah.
Who else showed up? Somebody else. Joe showed up. The champ showed up. No Earl, no Leo. We're gonna have to get some write-ups to them. Especially for Earl and Leo, because they supposed to keep up with the write-ups. But but now, man, good shit, great show. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
finally made it. We a couple of days away, but we finally here, man. We got to give you that first prediction show of the 2024. Man, Royal Rumble prediction show tomorrow. Your boys will be live and direct. We will be talking about the Royal Rumble this Saturday. We will be making our picks. Who will come out on top, regardless of what Sports Illustrated put out there or not. We will do what we do best. So make sure you click on the bell and notifications, and holler at your boys tomorrow. Let us know who you got as your Royal Rumble winners. And then, of course, we'll see you for the Friday night block party. And then, of course, we're going to be live and direct from the East Side Compound, baby, for that Royal Rumble. Other than that, my boy, my guy, do what you do, man.
Yes, sir. Ladies, no. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW. And before we get out of here, man, we got to have some words from good friend of the GOW.
You are listening to the GOW podcast because, we always like to do it with a little hardcore country.
Bye-bye, bitch.